Yo, what's going on, guys, man? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about probably the most popular topic in Warzone 2 right now, which is loadouts, and I'm also going to be showing you how to get them in Warzone 2 as well. If you do want to enjoy it and you are excited for Warzone 2, then make sure you drop a like on this video real quick. Let's see how many likes we can get. Warzone 2, bro, I don't think you guys understand how crazy this is about to be. Also, if you guys are new and haven't subscribed, then what the flip are you doing, bro? Make sure you subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss out on any of the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 content. Subscribe right now, quick. But yeah, let's get into the loadouts for Warzone 2. Let me preface this real quick by saying, yes, I went to the event in LA last week to play Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 early, so the gameplay you guys are seeing in the background is me playing Warzone 2. I know a little bit about it, and also, just to further back up my opinion, I was actually invited out to play Warzone back in the day, like a couple years ago, to play that early, so I have a good idea of where this current Warzone 2 should be at before release, because I played the original Warzone before release, and yeah, that went down pretty well. I'm sure a lot of you guys know loadouts right now in Warzone 2 are working a lot differently in comparison to the original Warzone. In the original Warzone, you could go up to the buy station, pay 10k or 7.5k to buy a loadout, which meant that you got your loadout classes and so did everyone else on your team. In Warzone 2, it works a lot differently, and a lot of people don't know how it actually works. So the way you get your loadout now is by going over to the buy station, and you can actually go over to buy a weapon. Now, there's two different types of weapon you can buy, or in my experience, I saw two different options. One was a cheaper version and one was a more expensive version. So let's say we see two M4s. One will be about $4,000 and then the other one will be about $14,000. The $4,000 one is like just some random one that you can buy, but the most expensive one is basically your loadout, which means if you buy it, you get your weapon with all the attachments that you put on in the creator class beforehand, which actually isn't a bad way of doing it at all. I really do not mind that, but the problem is right now is how expensive it really is, because you gotta understand, $14,000 to get one of your weapons is insane right now. I'm sure they'll make the change. This is a very easy change for them to make, but $14,000 for one loadout weapon is crazy, when in the past it was $10,000 for your whole loadout for your whole team. By the way, that means for both of your weapons it would cost around $28,000, which is a lot of cash to get in game, and that's just for one player. And if you're playing in a team, it's very difficult to accumulate that amount of cash as one player, so they either need to make the money that you find on the ground like a lot more common, or in my opinion, this would be the most likely option, is to decrease how much it actually takes in the buy station to buy your weapons. Maybe around $5,000 for your own loadout weapon. That would make a little bit more sense. It would make it easier for players to actually do. What a lot of people are not realizing is what we played at the event was the alpha. So it's, first of all, it's not the final version of the game. Let me just say that. I know it's close to the release date, but it's not the final version. So there's changes that are going to be made, which was also the whole point of this event. So us voicing our opinions about this makes sense. But not only that, what you guys got to realize too is when they add bundles into the store, like new variants for weapons and stuff like that, they want people to buy them. Of course they do. They want to make money from the bundles that they add into the store. And if there isn't any loadouts, or it's incredibly difficult to get your loadout in game, that means people wouldn't buy the bundles, because right now in Warzone, the only reason to buy bundles is to put it onto your class, so when you buy your loadout you can use it in game. Now, if there's no way, or it's extremely or too difficult to get your loadout in Warzone 2, then no one's gonna buy the bundles. They know that, and that's why I believe personally they'll definitely make these changes to the money. And also, what I will say is, I do believe that they will add normal loadouts to the game. I really do. For some reason, I definitely think they'll do that. There's a way in multiplayer that you can get your loadout, like you throw a care package mark and it will drop a loadout crate. So the animation and, like, you know, the actual build for it is already in the game in Modern Warfare 2. It's just for them to add into Warzone 2, which I think they will do, especially because of the point I just made about the store, the bundles, using the bundles in game, people buying bundles. There's no reason for them to not add loadouts into Warzone 2. It's just how they do it. They clearly want to do it in a different way, which I personally like. I don't mind them doing that, but it just needs to be functional, which means there either needs to be a lot more money on the map, or it needs to be a lot cheaper in the buy station for you to be able to realistically get your loadout weapons. Now, what I will say, which could take this all away, a lot of people are forgetting the random loadout which drops in the original Warzone. So you guys know when the first circle closes, a random loadout drops in Warzone right now where you can get your loadouts. You guys know that. So if you haven't already bought your loadout, you can just run to that random loadout that drops in a random area and you can go get that. What if that happens in Warzone 2 as well? Like, they still have the random loadout drops, but if you want your weapon before that or even after that, you have to buy it and it's pretty expensive. That would also make sense too. I personally would still say it needs to be a little bit cheaper, but the fact that they already have the loadout crate in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, I can see them using that in Warzone 2 as well. And you know, the random loadout drop could be the way that they do it. I personally think a lot of people are very fixated on how they want Warzone 2 to be, and they want it damn near to be exactly the same as the original Warzone. Me personally, I don't mind a lot of changes as long as they make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? I like the new feel of Warzone 2. I'm not gonna lie, I like the fact that there's things that we have to learn, these new systems in place, these like a bunch of new things that we have to learn to be able to get good at Warzone 2, and I think they will work. Some of those changes need fine-tuning, that's all. I'm not saying it has to be like the original Warzone at all. I know a lot of people are saying that. I don't want that personally. I've said that so many times. I'm just saying the system that they've got in place right now, this is the small change they need to make to that system to make it fire, and I think it could work. But yeah, currently the system that we've played so far, without speaking ahead, you have to go into the buy station, spend a lot of money to get one of your weapons. We couldn't actually create a class and, you know, make some custom classes whilst at the event, but I'm sure that's what you do, and then buy the weapon in the buy station. And if that's the aim they're going for and the route they're going, then they'll make them a lot cheaper in the full version for sure, meaning those weapons are a lot more accessible, and then people will still buy bundles in the store. One thing I will say is a lot of people are judging Warzone 2 way too early. You know, we played it at the event and it was against a bunch of content creators, a bunch of streamers, pro Warzone players, all that different stuff. It's difficult to see what the game's actually going to be like within the first 2 to 3 games. It was the first 2 to 3 games of us all playing it, and not only that, we're playing against very, very good players. So you already know the games are going to play out different. You know, you've seen a bunch of Warzone tournaments. They play really slow, they play really methodical, tactical. Everyone wanted their first win on Warzone 2, and when it's coming up against a bunch of pro players like that, it ends up playing a little bit different. You've got to realize. So that's not how Warzone 2 will play. Once it's released in those normal lobbies, it will be a whole lot different. It might be easier to get cash, I don't know. I just know from playing Warzone 1 early back in the day that it's so difficult to judge it this early in terms of how it played out, just because we don't know what we're doing. Now, people didn't judge the original Warzone 2 early because we didn't have a Warzone before that, if that makes sense. So we didn't have anything to go by. Now we have something to go by. That's exactly why people are judging it, but people need to chill. People need to relax. You know, these things that I would want in comparison to the new features that they've added, of course, but I'm not taking away from the fact that, you know, once we've played it like for a week, those things will be second nature to us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we will get used to those things that they've added. It's just, it's so new to us right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not being harsh on it, and I wouldn't be harsh on it for you guys especially, because I don't know, man. We haven't played it yet. We haven't got used to it. So who are we to know how good it's really going to be? All I know is to make a great Warzone game, which is what made Warzone different, is the loadouts, or the actual, when I say loadouts, I just mean weapons. Our custom weapons just need to be a little bit more accessible in comparison to what they were in the alpha. Whether they're already planning on doing that, I don't know. But what made Warzone different was making our own classes with our own loadouts and being able to use them. However we get them in Warzone 2, that just needs to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So as long as that happens, I'm happy. I'll be honest, I'm very, very happy. The map, main thing, fire. The map is perfectly fine. The map's fire. The gunplay, fire. I love the feel of the weapons. You know, an AR feels like an AR, an LMG feels like an LMG, sniper feels like sniper. You know, it all makes sense in Warzone 2. It feels good. It's just those small little changes that will make it perfect. And again, it was the alpha, so I do expect them to change those for the full game. It's just going to be interesting to see how loadouts work, whether there will be loadout drops, whether they do add those, or whether they still go with this new system that they've added but make it a little bit cheaper so we can actually get our weapons. Yeah, I just thought I'd clear that up for those of you guys that were wondering how loadouts currently work in Warzone 2 and how I personally think they will work in the future when the game fully comes out. Do not judge it too early. I don't think we'll be running around with ground loot weapons, man. They will make a way for us to get our loadout and to make it very accessible, 100%. And all they need to do is decrease how much it costs in the buy station, without a doubt. And they'll do that, I know that, because they want us to buy the bundles in the store. It's as simple as that, man. But yeah, the only way they don't do that is if they're banking on DMZ. And if they do that, I saw Jago talking about this as well. If they do that and they ruin Warzone simply because banking on people buying bundles simply for DMZ, then it's tough. It's tough. But I'm hoping we don't do that and they focus on Warzone 2 just how they focused on Warzone, and it turns out to be great, man. But yeah, either way, let me know in the comments down below what you think. I'm excited for Warzone 2. Very excited. I can't wait to try out a bunch of new things, man. I'm sure it'll turn out great. But yeah, man, I'll leave you guys with the gameplay.
Oh no!
Is there more? Is there more?
Oh,
Is there more?
Oh my god! Was that Tech?
Yeah, it was. Is there more, bro? Is
Tech?
there more? Is there more? Is there more?
No, I don't see him. I don't see him.
Is there plates?
There should be on the floor.
I don't see him. I don't see him.
My.
Yo,
God.
Rich, have you got any plates, bro?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
You only got one?
Yeah, hold on. I'll drop you another. Alright, I only have one more left. Oh my god, he really didn't check the corner, guys. That was nuts. Alright, we gotta push up, right? We gotta swim.
You wanna get in that building? No, should we get to the left building?
Left building? Okay. Oh, he's so upset.
On the left. Oh, just get in. Can we get in there? Oh, flip.
What the? Why is this a water town?
Just go forward.
Oh my god, this is weird.
Is this a wait? Is this a vest? Can I take this? What the? I can't take the vest.
Yeah, I can't take that either. It seems fun.
Oh my god.
What's going on? Yo,
I don't know,
by the way, listen.
Okay, we're safe though. This is a good spot.
5 people left. There's 5 people left. 4 teams.
5 people left, 4 teams.
We're one of the teams, and there's 4 teams with 5 people.
Heartbeat. I'll try and use the heartbeat.
Okay, yeah, use that heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone need a munitions box?
Yeah. Throw that down.
I don't know if I can in here, but I'll try.
Ammo here. Is it floating? I got it. We're good. That was a dub.
All right, focus up. Yo, you see that guy shooting outside?
I'm gonna close that door.
He's shooting on the map. Is that a real guy? Oh, he died. He died from up top right building.
It's a bloody headphone jack in his helmet.
I think he died anyway.
No one on the heartbeat yet.
No one on heartbeat. Okay.
It's plate or fire.
We still got zone.
Yeah, just make sure doors are closed. All that. I honestly think we corner camp, bro. No cap.
Bro, someone's gonna be in this building. I think in front of us.
No, they are.
I have a feeling.
No, they shot from there. 100%, bro. I'm closing doors. Yeah, Rich, they shot from that right building. 100%.
Okay.
Hey, what up? Squad get in the same game.
Bro, how? Wait.
No, on the left.
There's
hella
8
fighting.
people left.
On the left, hella fighting.
Yeah, hella fights on the left. Yep.
Yeah, they pushed into that building. They've all pushed into that building, I think.
I've got battery on the heartbeat. I can't use this.
Yeah, don't. On me!
Yeah.
On me!
We need you now. We need to get in the same
I don't see.
Closing the door.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you got a plate, bro?
I have 1 plate.
I have 0.
Kinda need the plate, no cap.
All right, Brad. Here.
Thank you.
No!
Circle shot. Oh, bro. Do we go now?
Is there someone?
Oh, bro, I'm got no plate.
Got him.
Oh!
I'm dead. No, I have 12. I can sell. Oh, I'm dead.
Circle cap.
Oh, Aiden.
Wow.
Bro, they had literally the circle. They had the circle.
They had the circle.
Damn it!
We're still alive, though. We're still alive.
Oh, you're still up?
Yeah.
Oh, Brad, come on. Wait, what?
Bro.
They still have zone? Yeah, they're in zone. They've done. Damn it!
Zone pull to them, bro.
Take it!
Back up.